Hey guys, you alright? God, we don't talk enough to the people in this chat room. We don't talk enough. Right, I haven't been hacked. I've brought you on. I know you're thinking, what's he done? He's brought us all in the chat room, and I don't know some of these people. I'm going to briefly explain why, and give you some background. Please just spare me a moment just to listen to what I've got to say. Some of you have noticed through Facebook and things like that I've started playing the guitar. What you don't realise is the guitar's been a bit of a journey for me. It's helped with mental health crisis, physical and mental illness for me. A lot of people have been very influential in that journey for me. But something changed a little while ago in relation to the guitar. I suffered a loss through suicide of a friend, and it's not the first time. And I know there are people in this room now who've gone through similar experiences, and it's tough. I went through a personal crisis in my own life. Things got difficult. Now, you're going to hear some things in this video. I'm going to keep it short and not doom and gloom. Things got really bad. Questioned my own existence on several occasions. Didn't want to go on. To the point where a crisis team were involved and outside agencies in relation to drugs and alcohol. I'd had enough. Now, some of you don't know this, and it might be difficult to hear. It's difficult to say. But then something happened. I decided to do something about it, that life was worth living. So I picked up the guitar. A bit like I'm going to pick up the now. I picked up the guitar, and it was a saviour. Some people go to the gym, some people paint, some people sculpt. So, why are you all here? I'll keep it brief. I had a YouTube channel, I still got that YouTube channel, but it was very much a chronological history of how I was doing on the guitar, for my benefits. I have no interest in publishing it or anything. But then I made a decision, which is why you're all here, to give me some feedback. So I decided to change the channel that I had into a channel called Music for Mental Health, where I discussed my own personal experiences with mental health, with the things that go alongside that, with stress and breakdown relationships, and there's the cat coming in. Great time in shadow. So I decided to do something about it, and there's the reason. I did it because if the message that I'm putting out there, or intend to put out there, after you've given me some feedback and let me know what you think and how you feel about it, if it reaches one person, and that one person hears it, and that one person stays alive for another day, then it's achieved its goal. And if that one person then moves forward in their lives and repeats the life lesson, and somebody else lives another day, and they move on, it's exponential growth. So I decided to do something about it. Now, I need you to understand that the content that you're going to see is totally unscripted. I have nothing in front of me. Everything that I say is coming straight off the cuff and off the top of my head. I've mixed it up a little bit. I've tried to make it tongue-in-cheek with regards to humour. I'm not a content creator. I've never done this before. I went into this not knowing anything about it. I went into this not scripting anything. I didn't write anything down, and no bullet points in the footage you're about to see. It's a personal journey for me. It's helping me in recovery. It's helping me to become stronger as a human being. And hopefully it reaches an audience and someone hears it that needs to hear it. Now, why have I brought you lot together? You ugly bloody lot. Well, let's have a look at who's here. Let's start at the top, eh? Linda. Linda knows more than anyone how much I've struggled with my mental health, how much addiction with alcohol and drugs became an issue, how desperate I got, how bleak things became. So for that, I love you. I'll always love you. You're my fairy tale. You'll always be. Thank you for the help and support. Who else have we got in here? So I've chosen some people from my life, my past life that I haven't seen for a while. So hi, Simon. Bembo. We've only met on a couple of occasions, but He seemed like a good lad with a good heart. Who else have we got? David. Only recently got in touch. What a guy. What a level of achievements. Olympic medalist. Outstanding. There are other people here. Gita. I didn't like Steve. He wouldn't have talked. So Gurinder, Aya, it's been too long. We need to catch up. All of us, Kenny, Jane, Linda, Steve, me, you. You're a lovely person, a good heart. You're a shining light in a dark valley. Jane and Kenny. I'll tell you something about Kenny if you don't know Kenny. Kenny's one of the most wonderful people you ever meet in your life. He'll do anything for anyone in a drop of a hat. He is salt of the earth. Inspiring. Should be proud of his achievements in business and in his care in the community. He's always there to do things. Fair play to you, lad. You're one of the best. Jane, she goes hand in hand. You're both amazing people. Again, we don't see each other enough. Who have we got left? Last but definitely not least, Taryn. Taryn and I worked together years ago. So I'm giving you background to everyone here. And she was a lovely girl when I met her. But a couple of years ago when I picked up the guitar, she's a guitarist herself, a musician, and a damn good one. With a great voice, loved the content that you put out, really good. I approached Taryn when I first picked the guitar up, and I asked for her advice, and she took the time out of the day. She didn't know how I was struggling. She didn't know how much of a crisis and how dark my life was. But she took the time as a human being to interact and to help. And it meant a lot. It pushed me forward. It really did. It inspired me to not only to move forward with the guitar and with music, but also to move forward as a human being, and somebody that I knew very little about and very little interaction with over a period of time. Was so beautiful inside and out to take the time out to talk to me. So thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you, which is why I've chosen you, if you're wondering why you're on this champion. So I'm going to post some videos. Some of them are a little bit long-winded. The first two especially, but they needed to be. So I'm going to tell you some things about me as a human being that you might know. Some things might shock you. Some things might upset you. The first two, as I said, the first two videos are quite long-winded. It's a bit of a background about who, what, why, when, and where. All I'm asking is that you take the time to watch this footage. I'm not expecting a response within a day. I know you're all busy with your own friends, family, work, and your own time, your own journey. What I'd like back from all of you is the answer to two questions, and I'll post those questions. Now I'm going to make this dead easy for you, just so you don't really have to think about anything but what I'm saying and how it comes across. So the first question will have the same answer as the second question. So I'll post the questions, the two questions that I want you to answer. The first question I do want you to answer in a personal way, so I want you to answer it as in, how does it make you feel, the things that I've talked about? And the second question is the same question, except I want you to answer that question as if you didn't know me, as if I was a complete stranger. I want to see, not to test you and your level of empathy, but I want to see how potentially it might impact, how sincere it come across, how it made you feel, if you did know me and if you didn't know me. All I ask is, over the next week, or however long it takes you, and that's okay, or if you don't want to be part of this, I appreciate that as well. You're under no obligation whatsoever to answer these two questions in relation to the footage. I'd love you to, because your opinion, and there's a reason why I've chosen all of you, your opinion is one I value highly. You're all great people. And there's not enough great people in the world. We live in a world where everybody shouts and nobody listens, and everybody just wants to hear their opinion come out of your mouth. Before I leave you, and again, thanks for listening, I'm going to talk to you briefly about the big mental health report from 2024 by Mind. I'm going to make this really short, okay? I'm going to bullet point it for you. Some of the things that, and this is one of the reasons that I've done what I've done. And the content might be rubbish, but if it reaches one person, and by sharing it, you reach that one person, and that's all that matters to me. As I said, I've suffered loss in relation to suicide, and I've been in the darkest of places myself. So I'm going to cover a couple of things, some things. So the first thing, statistic that I heard, and it wasn't on this. I want to say, just take a moment and think about this statistic. In the UK, men under the age of 50, the biggest killer of men under the age of 50 in the UK is suicide. Suicide. Not cancer or automobile accidents or some kind of horrible degenerative disease. No, it's suicide. It's men 50 down, from the age of 50 and down, reaching a point in their life where it isn't worth living. Now this statistic, it shocked me. Men are more likely to take their lives in suicide. Statistically, it's about 75% to 25%. But what shocked me even more so was the fact that people weren't talking about it. It seemed to be a taboo subject. And that's the problem. People aren't talking. What I aim to do, mission statements, what I aim to do with Music for Mental Health is, sorry, the cats are running in and out. What I intend to do is reach someone. I don't care whether I ever speak to them or interact, but if it changes one person's life and it keeps them alive for a day, then it's achieved its goal. And you can be part of that, you can help me. You all have social media, you can all share and ask your friends to watch and ask them to share with their friends. I'll put the content, you don't need to do anything yourself, I'll put content up for you to share. But right now, you're important to me. Your opinion is more than important to me, which is why I've chosen you. So, you're under no obligation to be part of this. You're not going to be included in any kind of credits or anything. This conversation is purely for the people who are in this room. Too many people are dying, male and female. Too many people are taking their lives. And it's time we all stood up and started listening to them. Started helping them, started giving them a shoulder to lean on. It doesn't have to be somebody that you know. You can be integral in this process and in this journey by just a click on social media, by sharing. You might like the content, you might think it's a load of crap. As I said, I've never done this before. But I want you to take the time, if you possibly can, to just go through it. I'm absolutely willing to listen to all kinds of constructive feedback. If you've got any suggestions or ideas, if you like it, if you don't like what you did, what you don't like, tell me. Tell me if we can sharpen it and make it better, then it's going to reach a bigger audience. I'm under no illusions as to, I just want one person. Just the one. That's my personal reasons for it. I'm haunted by loss. So, let's all not be doom and gloom. I'm going to tell you a couple of other things. And this report is online, so it's important that you understand the severity of the case. I'm going to cut this short, so obviously. So in England, it's estimated about 1 in 4 of us will experience a mental health problem at some point each year. 1 in 4. Research shows that adults and young people alike feel their well-being is getting worse, with adults also reporting feeling lonelier. 7.8% of adults in the UK felt lonely always or often in 2024. There are contributing factors that I'll discuss on the YouTube channel. I think the pandemic is going to have a massive impact. So the cost of poor mental health is calculated at 300 billion a year in England alone. I'm not really interested in it. 300 billion, it's money. What cost of life, eh? So in 2023, 6,069 registered deaths were caused by suicide. And just to clarify, statistically, men are more likely to take their lives than women. As far as the stats are concerned, 75% to 25%, 25% being female. So 75% of men do take, 25% female. Here's what has shocked me. Life expectancy of people with severe mental illness is about 15 to 20 years shorter than those without. Horrendous. The scale and severity of mental health need in the UK is spiralling. There are too many people who are struggling to access quality care. They need it. The NHS can't cope. So it's time that we all stood up and did our part. By listening, by being empathetic, by helping each other. It doesn't have to be a friend, it could be a complete stranger. And that's what social media is good at. Yeah, I've got a big bitter taste in my mouth with regards to social media. But let's use it to our advantage. It's a great networking tool. Let's put some positive things out there. As I said, you need to do anything but click like, subscribe, and pass it on. And people will pass it on and pass it on. It's exponential. So, and the reason behind what I'm doing it is because there are too many people who are suffering and not getting the help they need. So over 2 million people on the waiting list for NHS mental health support in England alone. 2 million. 2 million. I wonder how many of those 2 million will be alive tomorrow. Can you make a difference? Or is it somebody else's responsibility? You're all caring, compassionate and loving people. You're the right people for the job. So in 2021 and 2022, referrals in England to the NHS, talking therapies and other mental health services, 6.4 million. Over 30% inpatient beds lost in Wales between 2011 and 2012, all the way up to 22. And there's some of the real backgrounds as to why the NHS is struggling. Vacant posts in England's total mental health workforce, 28,600. They can't get the people to do the jobs. So, I won't bore you with any more stats. I've set this YouTube channel up, and it's amateur in its approach. I haven't edited anything. There's no flashy logos. You'll see me finger going to push my mobile phone to stop the recording. I'm sat in my front room, as you can see me now, unscripted, talking from the heart, bearing my soul. I'd like to know what you think. I value each and every one of you and your opinions. That's why you're here. Again, you're not obliged to do this if you feel, for whatever reason, if it's painful, if you don't have the time. I understand. There's no guilt trip here. All I'm asking you to do is answer 2 questions, watch the footage over a period of time, and come back to me and let me know how it feels. Thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time out to listen to what I've got to say. Thank you if you do go forward and answer the 2 questions and give me some feedback. Thank you for being you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for listening. I chose the people in this room because in my life you're the best of the people in my life. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you anymore. I'll post this evening in order. I've done it in steps and days. So please listen. Please take the time, even if just find a quiet place. Some of the things that I say will be things that you don't know about, experiences and things that I've gone through and I'm still going through. Anyway, have your teas, have some fun. Saddle up. It's been a rough ride, but I'm finally coming out the other end. And hopefully between us, we can make a difference. Thanks for listening. Let's all catch up soon. I love you.